Hey everyone, it's Jayson, and these are my top 3 cruise news stories from this past week. And my last story, I have to say I'm really disappointed in the cruise line. So cruise story number 1, and this is about Carnival. And what's interesting about this is they actually listened to social media and reacted. So what Carnival did was they recently took away their Diamond status lunch. Now, this was a really popular lunch that they would have for only Diamond Club members. And what Diamond is for them is you have to have 200 days at sea. So, 25 to 30 cruises roughly. And they took this away. So, John Heald, who has a very popular Facebook page, 500,000 plus followers, heard the feedback, gave it back to management from his Facebook page, and they have reinstated this Diamond lunch, and they gave it a new menu. And I think that's really a testament to people giving that feedback and really Carnival listening. So that's a really good thing. I think that's an awesome thing, the power of social media. I know a lot of people go, oh, how powerful is social media? Are cruise lines listening? Yeah, they're listening. Cruise story number 2, and this is also about Carnival. Another fight is being reported that it broke out on the Carnival Sunshine at the basketball courts. Here's a video of it here, a little piece of it. And I think that Carnival has to do a better job of understanding that $500 is not going to cut it. Right now, if you get caught or, after an investigation, there's a $500 fine. Great. Most people can afford that $500. It's not a big deal to them. They need to make it $5,000. And they also need to make it, we kick you off in the next port. They need to make people hurt. They need to make examples of people. This is the same thing with their drug sniffing dogs. They're living aboard some of these ships, and they're basically doing apparently raids that I've read. That's just not something that I want to cruise and see raids on their ships. That's not making cruising enjoyable for anybody. So that's another thing. You get caught with drugs, $5,000 fine. And whether you agree with that or not, they have to clean up their image. They have to. I think they have a very fun environment. And I think people take the idea of fun with do whatever the heck we want. And that's not going to work. My opinion, $5,000 fine per incident and everyone involved. Hey, if you're fighting, you're throwing haymakers, you're getting a $500 fine. It just is what it is. Sorry. You don't like it. And I think also the cruise lines need to really consider putting together a passenger list. If you get kicked off of Carnival, you can't go back. You can't go on Royal. You can't go on any of the major cruise lines. And I think just like there's a no-fly list, I think there needs to be a no-cruise list. I don't know if that could be done. I don't think would fall under collusion, but I think that would be something that would even help all cruise lines to really go, hey, not only are you getting kicked off this ship, but you're never cruising ever again, and you're getting a $5,000 fine. Will that make people think twice about getting in a fight? I don't know. What do you think? All right, cruise story number 3, and this is the one that really bothers me. And this is from the Ambassador Cruise Line incident this week where 78 whales were slaughtered on the Faroe Island. Now, what gets me is I appreciate Ambassador Cruise Line wanted to apologize. And I want to read this. It says, Ambassador said sustainability is one of the cruise line's core values and that the company fully appreciates that witnessing this local event would have been distressing for the majority of guests on board, and basically they apologize for that. What is interesting is they fully understood that this could happen. They were a part of the other part of the quote is we're dedicated to supporting Orca in their endeavors to collect data and monitor whales and dolphins, and we're disappointed that this has happened after weeks of trying to have open, constructive dialogue with the local government. So you knew this could happen, so you're apologizing for that. Seems to me like an empty apology. And I know that sounds maybe that's just my take on things and the way I look at it, but why go? Why go to this island? You already, yes, they're gorgeous. They're beautiful people. I'm sure book just to go to that island. But why go there? Why go there when you know you've had open dialogue with the local government? And look, it's been going on since 1584. And they basically said, hey, we're not going to stop. So as a company, if one of your core values, what you said, and I'm reading this here, our core values, this is one of the cruise line's core values, is sustainability, then don't go. And you never have to apologize. I don't know whether they were thinking it might not happen that day or, maybe they could get away with it. But that just seemed to eat at me a little bit. Just don't go to the island, right? No apology needed. If you want to apologize, say, hey, look, this is what they're doing. This goes against our core values. So sorry. We don't want you to see a massacre of animals on your cruise. Noted. I don't want to be there as a passenger. So those are my 3 top cruise stories this week. How do you feel about Carnival reacting to social media, bringing back a popular benefit? Number 2, Carnival actually still literally fighting the fights and that are breaking out on their cruise ships. And then what do you think about Ambassador Cruise Line? Is that a sincere apology, or is it just, hey, you know what? We're sorry you saw it. What do you guys think about those? Appreciate it if you liked the video. And those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll talk to you next week. Take care. Bye now.